Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Sisters in Crime with ShiandToy podcast. I don't know why I wanted to introduce the after show.
Right.
Forgive me. This is Sisters in Crime with ShiandToy. My name is Shy, and that's short for Shamia.
And I'm Toy, short for Latoya.
And welcome back to another episode, y'all. So, how are y'all doing? I feel like this week has flew by. Very happy about that, but it's
Yes.
kind of crazy how time flies because we are in the middle of May and it is almost June,
I'm
and
happy
that is
though
crazy.
because my birthday about to be here for you know it.
It's in August, y'all. I just want y'all to know her birthday.
But everybody know me know I start by May about 3 months ahead.
Listen. I love it. Do you deserve it? Celebrate yourself. You can. I'm the type of person. I'm gonna hype you up. You can celebrate all year. Who gonna check you? Nobody.
Period.
But y'all, how are y'all doing? Y'all, thank y'all so much. We have officially hit like 100 followers on TikTok. I know that's a small victory, but no, it's a big victory to us because we are working very hard. Listen, you got to start off small and consistent, and trust me, we're gonna be great. Okay, we're already great, but listen, we've
been increasing our engagement.
Exactly.
So we hitting a lot more people clicking on the video. So while the followers may be 100, them views is getting up there.
Exactly. So listen, just keep your eye on us because we rising to the chop. I said chop. We rising to the chop too.
They knew what you meant.
They knew, but ain't nobody gonna check me.
Nobody gonna check.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get it together today. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna get it together. So today, my sister's gonna start today. Y'all don't forget to share, and subscribe. We have an Instagram page. We have a TikTok page. YouTube, of course, that's where the full videos are. Sorry, y'all.
YouTube University.
Yes, so we upload full videos every Monday. We also include the small clips on TikTok, which people mostly enjoy because it's kind of short and sweet. But if you want to watch the full episode, it's always a full episode on YouTube. We upload every Monday at 1.
Right.
So y'all make sure y'all follow, and share and subscribe on all of our platforms. So like I said, my sister's going to get into it today. And it's a very short case. It's very interesting to y'all. So I was very oh my God, when I was watching the show. So.
Yes.
Anyway, my sister getting ready to get started.
So as my sister stated, y'all, today we here for a good time, not a long time. So we're going to get into the case of Miss Kay Robinson. And I'm going to tell y'all, this got more turns and twists than a roller coaster at Six Flags, okay?
Yeah.
So bear with us. So our story begins at Laurel Village Mobile Home Park in Delaware. So Laurel is described as a farming town. And this is where 32-year-old single mother Kay Robinson resided, along with her 11-year-old son. So she's a single mom. Now, on one particular night in question, Kay receives a knock at the door around 2 a.m. And when she went to the door and looked out the window, she saw a stranger who was an unidentified man who asked her to use the telephone to call for a ride, saying he had transportation issues. Now, Kay did ask the man who he was, and he said his name was Jack Wilson. Now, Kay, like me, she refused to let the gentleman inside, and she immediately called 911. Now, she, unlike me in the fact that I ain't going to my door at 2 a.m. for nobody, okay? So, I got an alarm system. It's going to call.
You got to call first. You got to call me first.
Listen, we don't do unannounced guests over here.
Day or night.
Thank you. Now, police did come out. And they looked around, but they didn't see anything concerning or out the ordinary, so they left. And Kay was like, okay, well, cool. You know, they checked, so she went back to bed. Not even 30 minutes later, she heard a noise in her kitchen. She went in the kitchen to see what was wrong, and she saw that same man who said he was Jack Wilson standing up in her damn kitchen with a butcher knife. Okay? So apparently the police didn't check good enough, or he ran off somewhere and came back when they left. I don't know. Yeah. But he was still very much there, alive and well. Yeah. So he ended up hog tying Kay. and tortured her for 3 hours on end. He sexually assaulted her. He ended up stabbing her over, I think, like 30 times. And he left Kay for dead. He told her, he was talking to her the whole time while he was torturing her. He told her that he actually lived in the same mobile home park and had about 2 children. And I
He
think
is a
the
maniac.
crazy, right? Because you revealing details about yourself while you committing a crime. But I
But
think,
see,
go ahead.
yeah, he didn't. In my head, he didn't. He didn't expect her to make it, so that's why he was disclosing all
That's
these
what I was
things.
gonna say. He left
Yeah.
her for dead, so he wasn't thinking she was gonna make it. So he was like, "It ain't gonna matter what I say."
Yep.
Now, mind you, the whole time her son was in the room next door, and he was pretending to be asleep. I like thoughts go out to that baby because I couldn't even imagine me going through that while my mom is getting attacked in the next room. But as soon as the man left, the son ran next door to a neighbor's house and called the police. So he called for help. What was very much insane and out of pocket was the attacker, this man identified as Jack Wilson, drew a smiley face on Kay's back with her own blood. Okay? So through all of this, y'all, Kay made it. Kay survived 30 stab wounds, being sexually assaulted, hogtied, and all that, okay? So when she was rushed to the hospital, of course, she probably had to undergo multiple surgeries, stuff like that. But she told investigators that she would be able to identify her attacker because he did not blindfold her. He was that damn arrogant, thinking he killed this woman, that he showed his face. So during the attack, Kay was talking to herself, kind of telling herself that, she had to remember everything, remember every single detail. That way, if she made it, that she would be able to report information on her attacker. So, thank God she in that headspace. Now, another thing the attacker did is left the damn bedroom light on while he was attacking her.
Maniac.
Like, not only am I going to give you personal details about myself, I'm going to leave the light on so you can see everything. Okay. Diabolical. So
Perfectly said.
yes, investigators like, okay, this is unusual, but Kay got a real good look at him. So they had her get, when she was well enough, to leave the hospital, or they may have brought it to him. They had her get with a composite artist, and they developed a sketch and released it to the media. However, investigators were very, very careful to leave out the detail of the suspect drawing a smiley face with Kay's blood on her back, because only someone who was at the crime scene would know that information, since they did not release it. So also, Kay made a mental record of everything her attacker touched. So while he was assaulting her and going through her house, he did make sure to wipe off his fingerprints. But Kay recalled an instance where he picked up a blue glass that he drank out of. He wiped his fingerprints off with his sleeve, but he's so stupid, he then picked it back up with his hands and then put it on the table. So what was the purpose of wiping your prints off, sir? I mean, make it make sense.
I have no words, so.
And it, I was going to say something. I can't say nothing because I've been offended a whole population of people. I'll tell you after we get this.
Because, sir, what do you figure wiping off your lips? He forgot about these, though. He forgot about, yeah, that's what it was.
I said, okay, so you wiped them off for what? But all right, moving on.
Right.
So there were several prints on this glass, y'all. But the I forgot what he was called, but the guy who was testing the glass, he thought that maybe it was some kind of lubricant on the glass. So what they ended up doing is placing the glass in the freezer to allow the fingerprints to get kind of rigid, and then that would in turn allow them to lift the fingerprints. So when they were able to, they got 3 full prints that were lifted and photographed. Now, a few weeks after this attack, her neighbors, which, Kay's still at the hospital, the neighbors called the police saying that some man drove up to Kay's home. He lit a candle and got down on his knees to pray. Now, that goes back to that saying, a lot of times they say that those who commit crimes always return to the crime scene.
Yep.
So this way investigators thinking, right? Like, okay, we got our guy. Y'all, it was a man, 38-year-old Doug De Silva. And also in his truck, he had a newspaper article taped to the windshield along with a copy of the composite sketch that was released to the media about what this attacker possibly looked like. When asked, don't make no sense to me, Doug said he taped it to the window so that as he was driving down the road, he would be able to easily identify the man in question.
But guess what, y'all? Guess what the gag was? The gag was the man on the deposit drawing looked just like Doug.
Looked just like Doug.
That's what the gag was.
So it's like,
It's like he got a self-portrait on the front.
Doug, you gonna drive down the street and identify yourself? Like,
make it make sense.
I told y'all, this case is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, Doug lived 100 miles away from this area, this mobile home park in Laurel. However, his ex-wife and daughter lived in the same mobile home park as Kay. All the signs is pointing to Doug, okay? So, previously, I ain't done yet. Previously, Doug was a suspect in the murder of a 16-year-old girl at a nearby high school in the area. So, quite naturally, police brought him in for questioning. And in the middle of the damn interview, Doug asked them for a job application. Doug said he wanted to be a state trooper.
That's what he said, y'all. He wanted to be a state trooper. She ain't lying. You getting interrogated for attempted murder and you in there asking for an application.
You know who this reminds me of?
Old boy from a couple episodes ago playing magic and taking coins behind that man's ear and got locked up.
Serious. Y'all being brought in for questioning.
They used to listen. I forgot his name that we talking about.
Either, but he was a trip pulling quarters from behind their ear.
Yeah, I know the victim's name was Ildiko, but I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name, but y'all, I'm picturing myself as an investigator. That would piss me off.
Yeah, because you wasted my time.
Don't play with me. So then, police present a photo lineup to Kay. De Silva's in that photo lineup. And Kay points out De Silva as her attacker. Mm-hmm. So, also her son identified De Silva as the attacker because during the night in question, the attacker walked into his room and he was pretending to be asleep. But he still was able to get a good look at him because the man wasn't wearing nothing on his face, none of that. Remember that, y'all. Now, also, so they did kind of entertain De Silva and gave him a job application. They know this man would not be hired. I don't know why they did. I think it's equal opportunity laws or something. Like, you can't turn a person down for filling
That's true.
So they gave him a job application, but when he turned it back in, they noticed that this man drew a smiley face on the bottom of the application. Which, remember, we said the attacker drew a smiley face on Kay's back in blood. And not only that, if you're really trying to get a job, why is you drawing smiley faces on job applications if you're really trying to get this position?
Like who does that?
That's unprofessional.
Right.
Like, did you not go to career class in middle school?
He definitely didn't.
Career exploration.
No.
That was elective, but I think it was required. Anyway.
Listen, he might as well completed that application with some crayons too while he at it.
Exactly, because that's what it's giving. You drawing pictures.
Right.
As soon as they get it, it's going in the shred bin.
Right. They gonna get it, but it's going straight in the shredder.
Exactly. So, he never denied throughout this questioning. He never once denied his involvement, but just kept saying over and over that he wanted to apologize and was sorry for what happened to her. So I'm gonna let my sister pick up from here, and the story gonna take some more turns, y'all. But I'm gonna let her handle the rest of this.
Okay, so like my sister mentioned, he kept apologizing. He said he's sorry for what happened, but y'all, not only that, he did not have an alibi for that night. So all of that just combined is like, okay, it was enough to arrest him, and he was charged with attempted murder. So he also said that in the midst of he was sorry, he also indicated that he did not remember. He remembered being there that night with Kay, but he did not remember stabbing her. Okay. So of course, throughout this investigation, they're compiling more evidence. So they happen to go ahead and see if Doug's fingerprints were a match to the ones that they collected at the crime scene. And y'all, here's where it takes a turn. It was not a match. They even compared his DNA to the DNA that was collected from the rape kit that they collected at the hospital. The DNA was also not a match. So, y'all, it is frustrating and shocking to the investigators because you got all of this good evidence lined up, but see, if the DNA doesn't match, nothing else matches, right?
If it don't fit, you
Yep,
must acquit.
do not. Listen, DNA, nothing compares to DNA. I don't care what he saw, she saw, anything. When the DNA says it, that's what it don't lie. Dana don't lie. Exactly. So, like I said, they were so frustrated and shocked that they even ran it 2 times, y'all. They ran the DNA twice to just make sure, like, are y'all sure?
They probably was like, nah, I know y'all lying. He did.
Exactly.
Go ahead and send it through.
Exactly. Maybe this was, some contaminated specimens or something like that. Like, no. So they tested it a second time, y'all, and guess what? It was still not a match. Y'all know Medea goes to jail when Sonny, they was doing a DNA test. She was like, I know, Sonny, but it's still not a match. I'm sorry. That's what it made me think about. Sorry, y'all. All right. So, y'all, and Kay was so angry, and rightfully so, because she had been through so much. It was so scary. And she got angry, like I said, bought a gun, and she was just going to take old boy out herself. So she found his home, and she sat outside. But as she thought about it, she, was like, no, she couldn't go through with it because she didn't want to have to go to jail and leave her son. So I'm happy she changed her mind because you're going to see why it's great that she changed her mind, right? So investigators were wondering, okay, if the DNA doesn't match, why would he put himself so close to the crime scene? Y'all, as my sister said it before, he's praying in front of her house with candles, with a self-portrait. I'm just playing, y'all. It was with a deposit drawing on the front of his car in a news article. Like, why would you put yourself at risk of becoming a suspect? That was what was so crazy in this case, right? So eventually, they try to keep investigating, but y'all, unfortunately, the case goes cold. 9 years go by. So after 9 years, detectives from Maryland contact the people in Laurel because there was a similar case that happened in Maryland that was very similar to Kay's attack. So there was a victim in Maryland who was also a single mother with a son who lived in a mobile home park. And, they believed that someone had been scoping her out for a while, which I did believe. So the victim said she saw a man in her room. At first, she thought it was a dream, but then she seen that it wasn't a dream because he was holding a knife and the man began attacking her. So He told her, the perpetrator said he would not hurt her if she did everything he wanted her to do. All right. Same thing that happened to Kay. He tied her up. Unfortunately, he essayed her. But weird thing is, he talked to her the entire time. And I don't know what it is about why he's so. Maybe he needs, like, why do you want to talk all the time?
You need a friend?
He needs something, because why do you want to talk to these women while you hurting them?
What could you be saying while you assaulting them, though?
Listen, the whole time I was like, why is he talking, wanting to have a full blown conversation? That's just so strange to me.
About what, sir? Get off me,
sir. Go read a book. Like,
go pray.
Exactly. Go talk to God. God's always available.
Listen, no matter the day nor the hour,
call on him.
If you can't reach out to nobody else, you can reach out to Jesus. Amen.
Exactly.
Man.
Or talk to yourself. I don't understand. But anyway. Yeah. All right. So she told him, the perpetrator, she said, she just pleaded for her son's life, just don't hurt my son. And she noticed his demeanor changed. So he then started begging for her forgiveness and gave her instruction that he told her to wait to get up until a certain time. He told her to take a shower, go to work, don't call the police. And I was like, sir.
That's the first thing I'm going to do is call the police.
Sir, I don't care what you're talking about. The police would be called.
Period. As soon as you leave.
Yeah. I'm calling the police. I don't know when she ended up calling the police, but she ended up calling the police anyway. Because I don't know what he was thinking about. Mm-hmm. So police show up and they were searching the home and they saw the point of entry was a broken window in the front of the house. So they gathered evidence and they were able to find some fingerprints, and it was tied to a 43-year-old man named Mark Eskridge. Now, if y'all remember, like my sister mentioned earlier in the case, Kay's case and this new victim's case were so similar. You got a single mother with a son who lived by themselves in a mobile park. The attacks happened early in the morning around 2. Both victims are essayed. The knife, the conversations, which we don't understand why he wants to talk while he's doing this. But all of these things. But the most striking thing was he also looked very similar to the deposit drawing and the description of the man who attacked Kay as well. So it was like the same height, same weight, same hair, and same face. And I could not agree more. Yeah. Definitely. They were definitely. And he
looked just like the Silva.
Yeah, and he looked just like the Silva. Like, it was scary.
Doppelganger. They say everybody, I got somebody look like me that's around here, the same area I look like. Because people stop me. This has been happening my whole life. People been stopping me, saying I'm this girl when they find out I'm like, oh my God, you look just like her. And I'm like, okay, I haven't met, but what's crazy, everybody has a doppelganger. Nobody ever meets their doppelganger. I've never met her or seen her.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
I have one around here.
Really? I haven't heard any.
I did. Really quick side note.
Okay.
Years ago, I was at the gas station. This girl came up to me, and it was really awkward exchange. I was walking in the gas station. She walked up to me, and she stopped, and she said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "What?" She said, "Girl, I was ready to whoop your ass." I said, "No, you thought you was ready to whip my ass." She said, "I'm so sorry." She said, "You not who I thought you were." Like, this been happening a lot, y'all. People think I'm this other girl. I don't know who she is or what she out here starting. But that day, I would have went to jail because you thought you was going to whip my ass. But, baby, you don't know my daddy.
Listen, that is so weird. That's just weird behavior.
She did. She ran up on me, girl. But I thought she was coming to talk to me or ask me something. No, she said she paused. I said, "Girl, I would have drugged you all out here in this parking lot. Don't do that to yourself."
Who said it? You're running up, but you're going to be limping back.
You're going to be limping bad. Don't do that to yourself. Because I don't start nothing, but I will finish it.
Yeah, but she need to watch herself. Like, she really need to slow her brakes because how you gonna watch it?
That was crazy. But this made me think of that because everybody got a doppelganger, y'all. Mine apparently lives very local.
Really? I have not heard anyone say I look like anyone but you. I haven't
You
heard.
my doppelganger too. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's, people. It was somebody that commented on one of our videos. That was like, I literally thought this was the same person.
I saw that. I was
I
like,
said, you thought I was talking to
and all the
myself?
time. Your uncle one time was talking to me. He said, "Shit, I thought you was shy."
The only thing, she's tall and I am very short. That is really the only difference.
Y'all can't see that when we recording, but I'm like
Yeah.
5'10".
Yeah,
So.
and I'm like 5'2". I am very short. Like that. That's literally
Other
it.
than that, we like identical. Like,
Right. Basically, yeah.
I be
And
getting a kick out of it though. I really do.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Like, people say we got the same mannerisms.
Yeah.
We do like the same stuff. A lot of the same stuff.
Our
Yeah.
personalities are very, very similar.
Very similar.
But you know,
Yeah.
not to get into the horoscope thing, but they say that's like Virgos and Libras, like, because I'm a Virgo, she's a Libra. Yeah. They mesh very, very well. And what's crazy, Virgos also mesh very well with Taurus and Scorpios. Both of my best friends, one's a Taurus, one's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
I just learned that like last year.
Yeah.
So I said, that's crazy. I don't get too deep in the horoscope. I just thought it was interesting.
It was interesting. Yeah, I get it. My husband's a Virgo. Yeah. And my husband's very quiet, but him and my sister be on the same stuff.
Exactly.
That's
why, like, Sha may not understand, but when he say stuff, I be with it. I'm like, Virgos understand other Virgos.
Because it was so funny. He said he went somewhere. He was like, they was just acting real goofy. And it pissed him off. So my sister was like, no, I get it. Because she said, I can't stand no goofy stuff.
All Virgos know it's like an unspoken language. We be on the same shit.
Like, ain't nobody got time.
Right.
We didn't went off. Y'all, we gonna get back to this case. Sorry. Where I was at. Hold on. Back to this trailer park. Anyway, so we got the same trailer park. Y'all, like I said, 9 years have passed. We got this new victim and everything. So, of course, you have this man, Mark Eskridge, and they found out through a background check, they revealed that he was married to he had a wife and a small child that lived in the same mobile home park as Kay, where the attack happened before. So he has potential to be in the area. So this would have given him an opportunity to observe Kay and her son for a good amount of time to act on an attack. So, of course, they start zoning in on him, looking at everything. So they asked Kay, through a photo lineup again, is this, are any of these people your attacker? And she still, was adamant that it was the other man and it wasn't Eskridge, like it wasn't Mark. So, but you got to keep in mind, 9 years have passed, memories change, and so did Mark's appearance. He had gained a little weight, lost a little bit of hair, so he looked different as well.
He looked bad.
So y'all, we're gonna get into this testing. So they still had the DNA from Kay's attack, and they compared it to the DNA that they collected and the fingerprints that they collected from this new victim, and y'all, it was a match. So detectives were shocked. But at this point, and also very excited. Of course, Kay was too. They could not wait to share with her that after 9 years, they finally caught her attacker. So, like I said, they believed that he had been scoping out both women, with sons, because he knew they were a target. They believed that in Kay's case, he literally showed up at 2 a.m. to see if she would answer, just to see if there was a man in the house before he attacked her. Just different stuff like that. Just real sick behavior. I don't know what it is with him, and it was just really bizarre behavior. You could tell he had severe mental health issues. It was absolutely
But
horrible.
You can tell he had some sort of conscience, because that second victim, when she mentioned her son, he backed off. Yeah. But it's like, why are you doing this anyway? Yeah.
I mean, he would even disclose where he lived.
Yeah, like you're cocky and confident that you're gonna get away with murder.
Yeah. So he was already in jail, I believe, at this point, but he was charged with attempted murder, y'all, and he was sentenced to life plus 20 years. And I think the biggest key from this case to take away is how unreliable an eyewitness account can be. I
Yeah.
mean, she did the best she could. I commend her because trying to pay attention to in the midst of the scariness of her attack, and then wondering, if her son hears it, is he gonna come in this room? All the things probably going through this woman's mind, and then in addition to that, trying to keep an eye on what he's touching so that if she makes it, being able to, police, tell police, okay, he touched this, he touched that, just all the things going through her mind. But at the same time, eyewitness accounts can be unreliable. So,
Mm-hmm.
but to touch on Doug Silva, um, it's still so puzzling how he tied himself up in this case. I don't know. But Doug, no one has heard from Doug since. Even his ex-wife doesn't know where he's at. No one ever heard from him again. So I don't know what that was about. But sir, you could have gotten so messed up in jail for the rest of your life. And going back to when Kay was angry and bought that gun and was sitting outside Doug's house, she could have ended the life of a man who really didn't do that to her.
Completely innocent.
He was completely innocent. As weird as it was, but see, it's so crazy because he drew a smiley face. The attacker, which they found out was Mark, drew a smiley face. And then the Silva drew a smiley face on the application. It was just so weird. It's just really hard to wrap your mind around.
Exactly.
But
then the Silva been MIA ever since. Like even his ex-wife and daughter ain't seen him.
yeah, he been
Yeah, so I was like, that man is weird. Like, sir, who are you? Who did it?
yeah. But how did he know about the smiley face? Because y'all, the smiley face aspect in the beginning, like my sister was talking about, that detail was withheld from the public because there are certain details that they withhold from the public. They released a deposit, but there are some aspects, like in that case, they wanted to withhold from the public. I can't remember why, but sometimes they do that. But it was just shocking that this man, the attacker puts a smiley face on Kay's back, and then you have this man coming in asking for an application, and he putting a smiley face under the application. It's just crazy. But they were not the same person. They looked just alike, though.
They did look like not, to Kay's defense, they damn near identical.
Yeah, were.
So y'all, kind of on point in a way, y'all.
Yeah, they look like the nose structure, hair color. Like, I could not believe how striking they looked like the same. It was insane.
Right.
But yeah, y'all.
Yeah, that was a crazy one. It took me for a loop because I just knew it was him. But yeah, y'all, Dana.
It never lies.
Get that Dana, honey. We don't do no he say, she say.
Yeah.
For this very reason.
Yeah. We just get the swiping and swabbing.
Period. Period. I don't want to. Okay, you think they did it? Let's see. Let's find out. Because it's not about what you know. It's what you can prove in court.
Yes. Listen, I love that movie. Law Abiding Citizen. I love that movie. But that's facts, though. It's not. It's what you got to prove in court.
If you can't prove it in court, I don't know.
Hey. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this case like we did. I thought it was so interesting and just crazy. It had so many twists and turns. But y'all, please let us know what you feel about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not? What do you feel about the case? What are your opinions? What are your opinions about the unreliable witness accounts? What eyewitness accounts? What are your opinions on the fact of the Silva guy and then Mark looking alike, and then them not being the same person but doing the same thing? Let us know just in detail, like anything, y'all. But y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of our platforms: Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We're going to get out of here, y'all. We love y'all. Stay safe, and we will see y'all again next week.
Bye. Oh, hold on. Y'all see my hearts?
I'm hating. I'm big mad. Bye, y'all.